Hello there, Aries. This is going to be your new moon tarot reading. If you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa, and I'm here to sprinkle some inspiration that might spark something on your journey. All right, so what we're talking about with the new moon, it is the last new moon of the year, and it happens right next to winter solstice. For me, this is like more the New Year's vibe, okay? Intuitively, that's what I'm getting. This is a great time to do any manifesting work, that kind of thing. So let's see what you're working on for this cycle. And honestly, the upcoming year is kind of the overall feeling I'm getting for this. All right. What does Aries need to know about this new moon and what cycle is starting? Okay. We have the World, the Seven of Vessels, and the Three of Swords. So I feel like there's a really strong chance that there's healing going on here, okay? For me, the Three of Swords is more about healing something that's, happened than actual tragedy happening. I more, especially when they have this butterfly on here, it's a transformative experience, okay? This is not just something traumatic that happened, but it's like almost the step after where you're learning from it, okay? The Seven of Vessels, Seven of Cups talks about options. Are you paying attention to your options? And speaking of paying attention, I like this big giant eyeball on the World card, right? It's kind of like with the World card next to the Seven of Cups, it feels almost like you have literally every option available to you. And I feel like this is about spending time focusing on healing for yourself, and kind of almost going away from all of those choices. The World is also the end of the cycle. This is the last step before starting something new. So I feel like it's kind of time to say goodbye to something, and that's where this healing is going to come in. So let's see if we can get a little bit of clarification on these three cards. I think that's pretty much what we're going with. Tell me about this World card here. What's ending? What's ending with this World card? The Four of Swords. So, you may be saying goodbye to a time of rest. Like maybe you were a little less active this year, and this next year is going to be bringing in more active. And it really feels like it's in the way of healing, right? Not in the way, but like in the aspect of healing, I guess. Because the Four of Swords is also a very healing card. It's taking time away. It's taking, a break, meditation, that sort of thing. I'll show you the picture on this card. This is a new deck. I had filmed a walkthrough of this deck, but I need to edit it because it ended up being 40 minutes because I loved it and I had to talk about every card. This is the card. This is the Four of Swords in this deck. It feels almost like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that thought because apparently it didn't need it. It feels like it's like you're ending like a stage in your healing process. That's kind of what I'm getting here with that World card, to clarify that World card. There's some healing that's been done. You were a little less active maybe in your healing. So it could be telling us that there is more healing to do. It's time to, the end of the inactive healing is what's ending there. All right, can you tell me about the Seven of Vessels for Aries, please? What are the options? And we have the Eight of Vessels right after the Seven of Vessels, okay? Talking about like a missing piece almost, but it's also an investment in time that like somebody took the time to rebuild this vase, but there is still a missing piece there. It's not quite rebuilt yet. So it's saying there is still more work to be done here, right? And this is, being the cups, we're talking about emotional healing, and we're talking about, kind of being like stabbed in the heart almost, taking time for yourself to kind of recover. But now it's time to move on to what we would, what do you consider is missing at this point? And it might be a matter of looking for that in the options that are in front of you. All right. So there are options in front of you, and I feel like it's saying that the missing piece is there. You just need to look for it, maybe do a little bit more work for it. Can we talk about this Three of Swords for Aries, please? What is healing? What needs healing? What's good to heal now? The Temperance card. So we're really wanting to balance that healing. We're taking it also like step by step. The Temperance is like a slow transition. It's almost like kind of the opposite of a Tower for me. Like the Tower card is like, bam, weren't expecting it. Something suddenly changed. You had no control over the situation. The Temperance card talks about change in a way that is in your control. You can control the speed or length of it, of the transition. And I feel like that's really like the main message that's coming through today is that you've taken steps, but they were more inactive steps, and it's time to start maybe picking up the pace a little bit, but make sure that you're still going, methodically. You're balancing your time. There's also a sense of giving what you get. Like if you don't put in the effort, you're not going to get the rewards of healing whatever this was. It's really just about taking the time. And speaking of steps, the footsteps in the snow. So traditionally this card would look like a walking away, but it's deeper than that. It's a walking away after having invested time and finally just being like, you know what, even though I put on all this time and energy into this, it's just not worth putting that last piece in. And I feel like this Temperance card is saying, yes, it is. You just need to be more methodical about it, and have a patience with yourself. When it comes to that, having patience with yourself, I feel like is something that you've been doing with the Four of Swords over here into the World card. But I feel like it may be time, like you've had enough patience with yourself, or you've had enough. Continue to have patience with yourself. Don't change that. But there are other things that can be changed. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for a new beginning. Do we have any intentions to set for this new moon for Aries? Let's look at intentions. New moon intentions for Aries. Yeah, ooh, we have lots of major cards out here today. We got the World card, we got the Temperance card, now we have the Proclaimer, which is the Hierophant in this deck, and then we also had the Magician pop out. So as for intentions, I'd like you to see the cards in case there's anything symbol-wise that you see in the cards that, triggers something or sparks something. But what I'm seeing is again, with this Four of Vessels is like you need to water yourself. Like you need to water yourself. It's almost like the two of them together are saying you're missing elements, because look at the death up there. Like those plants are dying. You're not investing in yourself enough to come up with all of the ingredients that you need to manifest and create your own world. And I feel like there's like a teacher. So there's a teacher in that. The book and the keys to knowledge, elephant's memory, for me, that's what they represent. Kind of the keys to knowledge, and remembering what you already know. That's really the strong feeling I get from this card, is like, you just forgot. And a lot of people say that in regards to an awakening process. Like it's just about remembering who you are. Your higher self is within you, and you know who you are, but you just need to remember it. And I feel like a great intention for you to set for this new moon would be remembering how to nurture yourself. Remember how to take good care of yourself, and invest in yourself, because it feels like you used to do that. And I'm really getting like a go back to that. Go back to how you used to take care of yourself, and try maybe manifesting in that way. With the Magician card being a manifesting kind of card, and we have the 4 elements here, right? Earth, air, fire, and water, but this one's actually missing the water. So it's, we don't know what's in this watering can. Is there water in the watering can? Is that why? Because you never put the water in the can, or were you waiting for somebody else to put water in the watering can so that you could water yourself? But I feel like a great intention to set would be maybe even manifesting a teacher that can help you with the proclaimer here, right? Maybe there's an organization that you can check out that will help direct you in, whatever you need to. I'm getting kind of almost like mental health kind of help there, as far as like watering yourself and getting your emotions in check. But I feel like that will bring the manifestations, is really just taking care of yourself. So that would be a great intention to set, would be, just focusing on nurturing yourself and going through that healing process that we talked about earlier, manifesting ways to be more proactive in your own healing. So that's what I'm getting for Aries. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Solstice, all of that good stuff. I'll see you at the full moon. Have a blessed day.